Greetings to you. I'm Lucinda Harmon, aka the Growth Catalyst, and this is part 2 of the Get Fit Kit, selling it like it is. And today we are dealing with probably my most favorite topic, the best chapter in my book from Go Shake the Trees. But people will say it was their favorite chapter, and it's what I love to mentor and train and teach the most on, because this is what I wanted to learn. At 35 years ago, when I entered into sales, this would have helped me a lot. Only years ago did I really understand this thing called rejection. Handling rejection, that is the king in facing sales or any election you have to go through. Now, Tavis Smiley said it perfectly. Sometimes rejection in life is really redirection. Sometimes rejection in life is really redirection. You see, rejection versus redirection. It's really important to understand this. Rejection is part of life. It's not going to go away. The only thing that will change is your attitude and the way that you respond to it. What happens, how you feel and how you work through it, and you're able to succeed through it and not let it defeat or damage you in any single way. Rejection hurts. It hurts in love. It hurts in relationships at work, friendships, colleagues. It hurts when you're faced with a customer and a sale, especially if it took you weeks, months, even a year to try and get the sale, and boom, the person says, I don't want to work with you, I got a better deal. Or sometimes even for a couple of extra rands or whatever, someone chooses another company, and you can't believe what's happened here, all your time and energy. And you feel so hurt, so much like the victim in this situation. And what I'm going to say to you is overcoming rejection is possibly the most important thing your life you can face. That fear. Fear is what stops you and limits your life. Fear of rejection even more so. Because we naturally, as humans, we want to feel loved and we want to feel acceptance. It's so important to us. We can't get away from it, we can't lie about it. It's true. We don't want to be rejected. We don't want to be betrayed. But in all reality, in the world we're living in right now, we haven't got control of what other people do. But we have got control over how we respond and how we contain our emotions and how we grow and what we learn from every experience. If you don't get on top of rejection, it's going to get on top of you. It's eventually going to swallow you up. And as I saw with many of my colleagues over the years and decades, they either took to drugs, they took to either recreational drugs or going to a psychiatrist or to alcohol. And a lot of them ended up having to leave the field of sales because they actually couldn't deal with that rejection. It eventually swallowed them up. It made them depressed. It changed their personality. And they took it personally. They took it inwardly, and it started destroying their entire being. And there's nothing worse than seeing that in life. And as I said, it comes in truckloads, this thing called rejection. It's always going to, till the day we die, it's going to be knocking on our door, and it's going to be testing us. So it's important to get fit. As part of this fit kit I'm doing, let's get fit for rejection. Is that a guess? Give me a thumbs up. If you're reading, watch the video, give me a thumbs up on that one. So my theory is that every no gets me closer to a yes. Every no gets me closer to a yes. It's got to be. If I go see 10 people, at least one is going to say yes out of a complete cold sell. If you get hot leads, at least 3 of those 7 are going to convert. They're going to come your way. That business is going to flow towards you. And the higher your call volume, the higher your visibility. Now, I gave a training a day ago, and I spoke very strongly about visibility, being out there. What are you doing? How are you going about it? Are you keeping that yourself top of mind at all times? And are you striking at the kind of numbers that you need to be doing? What are you doing about getting your name and your brand out there every single day? And almost like the client thinks, and I had this quite a few times, where clients thought they never ever saw the end of me. I was like always, if it wasn't an email, it was a catch up. In those days, it was SMS, now it's WhatsApp, or it would have been a quick little phone call, whatever it had been back in the day. But it was always being visible and being there and around. And the other part is that rejection is not the end. It should never define you. It shouldn't destroy you. It shouldn't stop you. And these are my three key areas that I want to bring to you today, my tips for you today. The first tip, don't take it personally. It could be the other person. It could be circumstances. It could be a personality clash. It could be a whole number of reasons, even beyond your control. What matters is how you're going to respond, and that you don't let it define and damage you, and that you're going to learn to make it strengthen you, and that you grow through the experience. Now, I have a ritual. Half an hour, if you need that still, as you get through this, you might not need as much time. I kind of like just water off the duck's back. I let it go now. I let it go quickly. I think I'm down to about 1.5 minutes. So I'm going to give you half an hour. Is that a deal? Thumbs up. Deal? Good. I like that. So we're going to just do half an hour of getting upset, having a temper tantrum, and get out there and get it out of you. If it means close your windows up in your car door, but don't leave your windows open, people think you gone mad, and they might call ambulance things to come and rescue you, thinking that you're losing the plot. Or you might get a pillow and scream and shout on the pillow, or whatever you're doing, but don't do what other people are and hurt and upset them. That's the most important. Don't project your pain of rejection onto anybody else. Promise me that one thing. Now, you're going to vent it. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. Get it out of your system. And then what I want you to do is I want you to fill yourself up with positivity. Tell yourself all the good things about you. Go back in your life from when you're very young, and I want you to start packing those great things about yourself, and boost yourself back up, right? You've now got rid of all the negativity, and now you start strengthening yourself. What have you done? What have you succeeded? What are you good at? Then the second part is to redefine your approach. This is where often that rejection might be a cause of any of these three parts into point 2. If I've approached the client incorrectly, if I've gone with the wrong product, or if I haven't researched my customer correctly, I haven't done the necessary research, competitor analysis, I haven't checked their brand, I haven't checked their need analysis, I haven't done the homework, I'm really in trouble because I'm probably setting myself up for failure and rejection. And the second part is the pitch you give them. Make sure that the pitch matches and it's not cheesy. Make it natural. Make it authentic. Make it your signature that you're bringing to that person. Because if you're coming with, the famous call center, and it is like, I'm reading the script and this call is recorded and this is such a company and now I'm about to tell you about the most important product in the, you go, hell no, I don't want this anymore. The pitch is also critical, and your communication style. If you're going in and you're being all like, woo, and that person's a very quiet kind of introvert, you are completely off center. You cannot treat, the cookie cutter method is not going to work here. Not one fit suits all. It's about a situational approach. Very important. You're going to learn to read a room and read those around you and understand where they're at, and look when you go in from the receptionist going through into an area. Read the area, be friendly, see the approach you're getting back. That's going to start telling you a lot of pictures before you get to be in a boardroom or in front of a customer. And the situational approach, but this is for a whole day's workshop, but being able to read people correctly, read a room, is critical so that you minimize rejection. And that third all-important part is each no leads to a yes. Say it after me. Each no will lead me to a yes. Say it after me. Each no will lead me to a yes. I want you to get to the point where when a no comes, you go, that's okay, because the yes is coming. And I want it to feel you here. I want you to feel that energy. So when it comes, you've done your half an hour tantrum, scream, shout, you get it done in 1.5 minutes. Yes, well done. You don't let it hurt you, but make sure you get rid of it off you. Say, I want to be better. And as long as I'm being better and I'm learning and I'm growing, then I'm not letting it destroy me, but I'm letting it fuel me. And that is what I want you to get to. Now, I created a board game called Moving On Up. Man, I love this game. I took my degree in sports science with psychology and I made this game, and I thought it was so clever and so cool, and everyone was going to buy it, and it was going to be an international bestseller. You can go look on Facebook. It's still there, and it's a page, funny enough. I've never taken it away because I don't like to remind myself. some good souls really did buy from me, and bless them for that, because, it really was quite a challenge selling it. I think it was my excitement and passion yet again that got that game sold. But I had to come back and I had to be honest. I had to say, you know what? You missed the mark because you didn't market it correctly. You didn't sit and do a proper analysis of what is needed out there. It was a game. So what would have sold and what wouldn't have sold? And so in all reality, I had to take responsibility for that rejection. And the fact that I lost all my hard earnings, and it's all still sitting in my cupboards right now, and it's burning thousands and thousands of rand sitting in my cupboards. It's my fault. I didn't do my market research. I was too excited to just get out there and be gung-ho, and everyone just loved my game for who knows what. Maybe unicorns were going to come fly through the sky, but I thought it was really pretty cool. Anyway, hard lesson, and a very hard lesson. It took 3 years to recover from that lesson, meaning that it financially burned quite a hole in me. If as long as you keep on learning and growing, you're going to succeed. If you let this, every rejection, and really taking an approach of how can I redefine my approach, my pitch, and improve on my communication style, you are going to keep on learning and growing. And guess what? Success will follow that from that. Now, my last quick story is this really hurt me very hard. Elections are very, very tough. And anyone who's been through elections, you've got my heart, and you've got my heart right there. I feel for you, because anyone puts himself through in any election really has the courage of, I don't know, a huge big line. I don't know what we're going to call it. Anyway, so it was a Toastmaster election that I went for. And the thing is, I wasn't elected. And I took that very personally. I took it to the point where I just didn't want to carry on. I just didn't see a way to carry on with. I was absolutely certain I would get it. I was very certain I knew that was mine. It was in the bag, and I had 3 years ahead of me and what I was going to do. And it was a 3-year leadership process that I would then fulfill. But it didn't happen. In all reality, it was a blessing and a gift, because it freed up my time. Within weeks, I got approached to take up another leadership position. And from there, I am today where I am in all that I've done, write a book, in everything I've gone to, now be a CETA accredited facilitator, in all that I do, because I didn't make that election. You see, it really is important to understand that, and that's what I want to give you. I've been there. If ever you want that cup of coffee, let me know. If you really are backing to conquer this one, it really is about learning to redirect and refocus and regroup. And just give yourself a little bit of love along the way as well. Because love starts with acceptance of ourselves and loving ourselves first. And that redirection must never, ever damage and destroy you. I want you to take that to heart and remember those famous words. Sometimes rejection in life is really redirection after all. I'm going to catch up with you next week. Something exciting. Watch below in the chat. I'm going to put it there. Hint of what's happening next week. Catch me next week. Take care. Have a good week. And I look forward to seeing your comments. Do follow me on LinkedIn and all the other areas that I'm on. And I'll see you soon.